Hi, this is Sharon with Advantage Asset Management, and today we're going to discuss a few more parts of your lease that you should be aware of. We're going to discuss adding a new pet to the lease. We're going to discuss the security deposit and why it's not considered the last month's rent, when management or your landlord can access the property, and finally, special provisions and what is in that and what you need to be aware of. Let's start with pets. This does not include pets that have already been approved, only new pets adding to the lease. You must get approval in writing in order to add a new pet to the lease. This is because most of our properties only allow 2 pets at one time. Also, there are some dog breeds that have restrictions and that we have restrictions against. And then finally, it needs to be something that is approved by the owner. If you choose not to do that, then there are several different remedies that can be accomplished. One of them is that, first of all, you're in default of your lease. Second thing is they can charge you $250 as an initial charge and then $10 a day for every day that you've had the pet on the property. They can have the pet removed. You would get 24-hour notice about that, but they can report it to the local authorities and have it moved. And finally, you would be responsible for any charges that the pet incurred, including any extermination charges or cleaning charges, damage, that kind of thing. Next, we'll move on to the deposit and why it's not considered the last month's rent. This is because it's held for damages. This is in section 10 of your lease. So it's for repairs or damages that might occur during your stay on the property. So you are responsible for your first month's rent through your last month's rent. If you do not pay your last month's rent, you can be held up to 3 times the amount of the rent plus any attorney's fees. And there are other statutory things that the landlord can apply to you if you do not do that. Plus the fact it goes on your credit and very often to collections. Next, let's move on to the times a management company or your landlord can access your property. We will try to give you 24 hours notice if we're coming over, but we can at any time during reasonable hours visit your property and either take pictures of the condition of your property, do the any repairs or emergency repairs. We can show the property to different people, including prospective tenants and buyers. We can deliver written notices as well as some other things. Finally, the special provisions in section 26 of your lease talks about 3 separate areas. Number 1 is what you may not do without written approval. That includes plumbing, electrical, painting, and semi or non-permanent structures. Those are listed in special provisions, and it doesn't mean you can't do that. You just have to have permission in order to do it, and that is written. Secondly, the next thing that it talks about is HOA restrictions. We do require you to abide by the HOA rules and regulations. If you do not, you will be given a warning. You will have 24 hours to comply and to make the property where it is compliant with the restrictions, or we will send somebody out and we will fine you. Any fines that the HOA sends out due to the fact that you were non-compliant, you will be responsible for. And finally, renter's insurance. We do require renter's insurance. It's super cheap, super easy to get, and you can usually either get it with your auto carrier. If not, we have some through our system that you can get. It protects you and your landlord in case of a catastrophic event. It protects your property, and in many cases it gives you a place to stay while the property is being repaired after that catastrophic event. I hope this is helpful, and I'll talk to you next time. Thank you.